Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's TechSoup event in partnership with America on Tech and hosted by Minority Wealth Gap or MWG. My name is Ajemba Sankandwa, and I'll be your host today. Today's session is being recorded and will be posted online as well for our partners who are not able to make the live session today. We're particularly excited about today's session because it focuses on education. Education is one of the pillars that MWG supports because of its undeniable ability to positively change people's lives and destinies. Our guest today is America on Tech, or AOT. So excited to have them. We've actually had the privilege of working with them, and in fact, had two of their interns, Zara and Mohammed, work with us this summer, and they did a fantastic job helping us at MWG. So, who is America on Tech and what do they do? America on Tech prepares the next generation of technology leaders from underestimated communities by creating career pathways into degrees and or careers in technology. America on Tech is committed to creating career pathways for underestimated students by developing, mentoring, and providing support to young people. They're celebrating 10 years as an organization since their founding and 5 years since the expansion to Los Angeles. Woo, for all the LA residents. They're excited to continue building impact across communities. AOT's work is embedded in creating pathways for young people from underestimated backgrounds. So, very excited to have them here. So, without any further ado, I am pleased to introduce Maddie Toll, America on Tech Director of Alumni Programs.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jemba. And thank you to Minority Wealth Gap for connecting us to this amazing opportunity to share more about what we do and convince you about how great it is to hire high school students as interns for both companies and for young people. So really appreciate you listening and more with us. And so just to us off, again, my name is Maddie Toll. I am the Director of Alumni Programs with America on Tech for the New York City region. I've been with AOT for over 3 years now, and it is a truly fantastic organization doing really important and powerful work. And for today's agenda, first, we'll talk a little bit about AOT, who we are and what we do. Then we'll talk about our Access Tech internship program, which is where we actually have partnership with Minority Wealth Gap. Then we'll talk about the impact of youth employment, and then we'll actually be joined by the lovely Zara and Mohameen so that they can share more about their experience as high school aged interns. All right, so first and foremost about America on Tech. And so Jemba did a beautiful job sharing our mission. Again, really our goal is to prepare the next generation of technology leaders from underestimated communities by creating career pathways into degrees and or careers into technology. And so we do this through a variety of programs. Today, we're going to be talking about the Access Tech program, which I think really does a great job at leading to this mission. And so I'll share a little bit more about our impact. So we have served over 5,000 students across the country. We've seen over 500 internship placements since 2021. And those interns earned over $3.5 million in wages. We have a ton of corporate engagements and volunteers who support our work. And the really great thing about America on Tech is that we work with 11th and 12th graders for our initial programming. And so we're really excited to see that 85% of our high school age students actually go on to study technology degrees in college and or go into actual careers in tech. And we've hired over 100 alums directly back into the classroom to support the next generation of leaders, really providing them with additional leadership skills and providing our youngest with near peer mentorship. And so again, AOT's work is embedded in creating pathways for young people from underestimated backgrounds. And so 100% of our students attend schools where 70% plus are eligible for free or reduced lunch. 70% of students attend schools located in qualified opportunity zones. 87% of our students identify as Black or Latinx. 57% identify as women and or gender nonconforming. 10% are on IEPs, individual education plans in school, and the students that we work with represent over 300 colleges and universities. So we really are proud of these, who we support, because these people are historically underrepresented in the technology space, in technology careers, leading to technology that does not actually represent the needs of the unique user in the world. And so here is a visual of our programmatic pathway. So again, students start with us in high school. So the summer before 11th or 12th grade, they can do a 3-week summer web development boot camp with us. Beyond that, students are eligible to join our after-school year-long web development and tech skills program. Then, they go through the program. It's a full academic year. Eventually, they'll go on to college and or potentially like career programs. And so once our students have graduated from high school, or even some of these programs take place during high school as well, they can have an Access Tech internship with us. That's as soon as they finish the Tech Flex Leaders program, they are eligible. They can rejoin us as a peer mentor, as I mentioned, supporting our youngest students in the classrooms. And we also have an alumni fellowship program, which are kind of short courses that teach both technical skills and also those professional soft skills that we all need to be successful in the workplace. And so, yes, just because our programming historically has really been revolving around the high school age students for these like very specific web development programs, we are expanding to ensure that all of our students' unique needs are met. And so what makes us unique, you might ask? Because, yeah, there are a lot of technology-based programs for students, especially in New York City, and quite a few in Los Angeles and Miami as well. So what makes us unique? Number one, we're free. We don't charge students a penny to join our programs. In fact, we actually stipend all of our programs so that students don't have to pick between learning and taking on a job, because many of these students do need to earn income even as young as 16 years old. Our curriculum is industry aligned and vetted. We actually have hired professionals in the field to build out our curriculum to ensure that it is accurate based on the current needs of the technology space. We also have a ton of corporate engagement. So company volunteers serve as professional development partners and employers for internships and jobs. We create jobs ourselves. So again, we have this peer mentor program where we actually place students, young people in leadership roles. And then finally, last but not least, we place students in jobs and internships. And this is as soon as 16 years of age. So we really are committed to ensuring that not only students have skills, but they also can learn these professional skills and, have some trial and error in a very safe space where they can, continue to learn and flex that growth mindset rather than being out in the world on their own and maybe making mistakes with a little bit less empathetic companies or jobs. All right, and so jumping into our Access Tech program itself. So as I mentioned, as soon as students complete our year-long Tech Flex Leaders program, they are eligible to take on a paid technology internship, which is really unique for a high school age student especially. So this program provides 16 to 22-year-olds with a game-changing opportunity that puts the skills that they've just learned in the classroom into real life, real work experiences with technologists in the field. And so we place students in a variety of role types. So many of the internships we place students into are front-end web development, user experience, and user interface, also known as UX and UI. app development, product management, digital and social media marketing, cybersecurity, data science, and more. So our students have a range of skills and interests, and we are really committed to ensuring that they're able to practice those skills that they think they might be interested in a very real way. And so here you can see some of the statistics and numbers from our program. So this is summers 2021 through summer 2024. So we have placed directly, like very directly, with lots and lots of attention and TLC, over 350 students. And those students have made an impact at dozens of companies every single summer. In terms of the gender breakdown, about 2/3 of students who we do place in internships identify as female or non-binary or gender non-conforming. About 2/3 are in high school. And in terms of the race of these students, almost every student that we do place in an internship identifies as a person of color. And so you might be asking, why is this important? Well, what we know about the technology space. And historically, women and people of color, again, have been really underrepresented in these spaces, which means that the technology created for the everyday user might not actually meet their needs, goals, and interests, right? And so we really want to ensure that we are changing the landscape of the technology space. In addition, if you look at almost any internship job description that's posted online, and now is recruitment season for big tech, you will see that interns must graduate within the next 2 years. And that's because many companies really want to retain their talent. However, this means that high school students and early college students are generally not eligible for many of these super competitive internships that are posted online. And so that's why we really have met the need here to ensure that any student who wants a paid internship in tech can get one. All right, and so next I'm going to talk about how we prepare our stakeholders, because as we know, high school students are not always super equipped with the professional skills that are needed in the workplace, and that's just because they're young. They don't have the same experience in terms of their professional experience and also just their lived experience. And similarly, many companies don't quite know how they should navigate in these situations with especially younger interns, to ensure that they're both getting the professional support and also the personal support that they need. And so for Access Tech interns, we use a few different events and activities to really prepare them well. So first of all, through that TechFlex Leaders program, they have 2 embedded professional development sessions. First, they create a resume during the fall semester, and then in the spring semester, they actually practice their interview skills. I don't know about you, but as a high school student, I certainly did not have a resume, and I did not know how to ace an interview. So we really want to make sure that they're equipped and prepared with these skills and tools ahead of time. We also have a professional development summit event. In the past, this event has spanned from 2 to 3 days. And this event, we usually bring in some external stakeholders to share about their lived experience. We have the AOT team also sharing some professional skills and best practices. And this is a 2-day virtual event during which students learn a ton about what it takes and what it means to be a professional. And also, I will say, the modules in the summit directly reflect the surveys that we collect. So we know where students have trouble. We know where communication might break down. And so we directly meet those needs and also work to avoid similar situations in the future through really ensuring that the modules represent the needs of the actual students that we work with. Beyond that, we also do weekly professional development sessions through the summer, so students learn how to leverage the experience, how to manage their calendar, how to write on a resume, how to ask for a letter of recommendation, just to ensure that, during the internship and beyond the internship, that they have more professional tools and skills to be successful. Oh, and I'm hearing some feedback. Okay. And then in terms of company supervisors, we do a lot of prep work with them as well. So we have informational sessions about the program. We review every single job that comes in to assess the nature and the scale of the project and basically work that they'll be doing. In addition, Jackie, I think you are unmuted. We also hold supervisor orientations just before internships kick off to ensure that they kind of know the run of show and what to expect. We also do a week one check-in just to make sure that all is well, and we have several additional touch points along the way. And so some general best practices that we recommend in working with young people or between young people and professionals. So understand the young people and meet their direct needs. We also ask that supervisors set appropriate yet high standards so that students know what to do, what to expect going into the experience. Share any best practices that you have early on to ease the onboarding. Share information via multiple venues and modalities, understanding that everyone's learning looks different and everyone's going to take in information in different ways. Screen for and address what we call yellow flags early. So maybe there's a student who is not super responsive via email and you think it might be a problem down the line. Just flagging it as early as possible really helps kind of address the issue and smooth things moving forward. We have a midpoint and end of program survey to ensure that, again, any issues or concerns that arise are met and addressed, and that everyone's kind of feeling good about the experience just generally. We also encourage meaningful reflection for future adjustments. We have supervisor focus groups after the end of the summer, so we can chat about what went well and what can be improved. And also, it's really important to celebrate and spotlight any wins because, so much of this process is an iterative process of providing feedback. It's also really important to share what's gone really well and make everyone feel really good about what they've done because, 6 weeks in a professional setting is new for the young people. And also the mentorship of young people might be new to the supervisors. So we definitely want to recognize and commend all the efforts that everyone put into making the experience really great. All right, and so now I'm going to hop into the impact of youth employment from both the supervisor and the student/intern side. So the immediate impact of internships. So some of the participant outcomes include the development of skills. They learned all of these skills in the classroom, but it's very different to actually practice those skills in a real world environment. They gain a mentor. So they have increased exposure and visibility to technology professionals as career coaches and mentors who might last them for years to come. They increase and improve and grow their network. So increase relationships with HR managers and technology professionals as potential hiring pipelines down the road. They also gain access. So internships with the safety net provide access to self-discovery and prepare interns for roles with less support because we know that it's one thing to have an internship. It's another thing to have an internship where there is actual authentic care between supervisor and supervisee. So we want to ensure that those relationships are really fostered. Last but not least, income, right? It's really great for young people to earn money, and they deserve to earn money for their work once they've gone through all of this really great specialized training. So we want to ensure that our young people not only are able to earn income, but also know how to manage their money effectively, which are skills that are going to last these young people for years and years to come. All right, and so I will quickly share just one or two success stories from this slide. And so first and foremost, I will shout out Yadira Cruz, who is on the bottom left. So in 2017, she served as an intern with the Access Tech program. She returned in 2018, again serving as an intern through AOT's Access Tech program. In 2019 and 2020, we hired her directly back into the classroom as a peer mentor. And then beyond that, as a junior, Yadira really wanted to spread her wings. So she applied for and was accepted into NBC Universal's media tech program, where she served as a UX design intern. Then in 2022, she was a product intern at Olo. And that product manager or product coordinator internship at Olo actually transitioned into a full-time job where she still works today, and she has actually earned 2 promotions since she started there, beyond the transition from intern to full-time. Another shout out that I want to give is to David Quintero, who's on the top right. In 2023, he was a web development intern at Parlay Mag. He and his supervisor, Kevin, got along so famously that they are still in touch today, and they have quarterly check-ins to ensure that David really has the support needed to continue his growth trajectory. In 2024, so this summer, he was a Skills to Succeed intern at Accenture. And he did such a great job that he actually received a return offer to be an Accenture co-op full-timer for this fall semester. And although he decided to pause on that and continue his education, hoping to return in 2025, it just really goes to show what the power of mentorship can do for a young person. Because when I first met David in 2022, he was very shy and really didn't have much confidence, to be honest. And he ended up actually providing us a demonstration at our internship celebration this year. And let me tell you, he spoke with such confidence and grace. It was such a beautiful moment. And again, really the power of what a mentor can do for a young person.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so now I'm going to share an intern reflection from our internship celebration.
My name is Eveline Camano, and this fall I'll be a freshman at Yale University, majoring in computer science. And this summer I interned as a UX designer at the InTech Foundation. The InTech Foundation is an organization whose mission is to inspire girls and gender-expansive youth to create tech solutions for social good. As a UX designer, I was paired with another talented intern from America on Tech, Rory, and together we were tasked with creating a web-based chat application called the Inspire app. To create this app, we use a no-code web app builder called Software with the Google Sheets database. And the app was meant to be a way for kids aged 10 to 17 years old to have their own accounts displaying their interests and hobbies while also being able to chat and message others to collaborate or just make friends. And throughout my experiences, there were a lot of downs, but also countless ups. One of the challenges we faced was implementing the chat functionality to our app. After searching for solutions, we realized that most people using software were adding a chatting feature using a third-party platform. And so we decided to investigate this option, but we also wanted to also wanted to have a backup plan, but our research did not turn up any leads for a chatting feature without third-party involvement and with a Google Sheets database. So my teammate Rory and I set out to create a solution ourselves. In hindsight, this was my favorite part of my experience, working together through our failed attempts. Taking a break to walk out our frustrations only to come back and fail again was rough, but was made worth it when in the end, we came up with a viable solution that ensured the usability of our web app. Another key figure that shaped my experience was my supervisor, Ms. Jerica Simone, who is also the executive director at Intech. Ms. J made us feel supported in any way she could by letting us in on the tricks of the trade with LLCs and independent contracting work, as well as sharing her inspiring story, reassuring and empowering us to follow what feels right in our career, never settling for something we have no passions for, and never feeling we have to minimize ourselves. To wrap this up, I can confidently say that my passion to pursue a tech career is further enhanced by this experience.
All right. And so next up, I also want to share, along with the amazing takeaways of our young people, some supervisor reflections from this past summer, because I know it could be, it can be risky taking on a high school student, or it can feel risky, right, as an intern. However, I just want to show that, in fact, our supervisors are really thrilled by and really appreciate the opportunity to work with young students. And so I'll quickly read the last quote here. Stephanie Sylvester from Avatar Buddy said, "My interns are fire emoji. We launched and co-dreamt and they are going faster than me. The impact is being seen and we should start reaping the results in a few weeks." And that was from the midpoint survey. So just 3 weeks into the experience, she was already feeling the amazing efforts of her young people.
The impact of your efforts goes beyond just saving me time, but it's going to significantly contribute to the success of our team and our business. Moyo, your attention to detail, your hard work, your commitment has made a lasting impact at the Information Lab. And honestly, we are all truly grateful for everything you've done.
So that was a quote from the lovely Mel Niere from the Information Lab. And yes, I will say she was so thrilled with her intern Moyo from the summer. There's a picture of them right there at our internship celebration. As you can see, they are happy as clams and just so grateful to have the opportunity to work with really interesting and like-minded people. And so although they definitely have an age gap, they really connected and bonded, and it's just really great to see. All right, and so a little bit more impact. So I wanted to share or spotlight Imani Shechtman, who is the founder and CEO of We Are Open Market. So in 2021, she decided to take a chance on our little Access Tech internship program, and she took on 3 interns. She was so thrilled by the impact that those interns had on her company that the next year she took on 6 interns, the following year she took on 7 interns, and then this year again she took on 6 interns. And so we have folks returning year after year after year, taking on bigger and bigger cohorts of interns because they just see how powerful these young people actually are and how much they benefit their company. That she founded a company and she sees that these young people are so intelligent, so ambitious, and have such wonderful ideas that she is able to implement and really utilize to improve the outcomes of her business. And so a quote from her: "The ability to work with students over the course of multiple summers builds a level of work cohesion, productivity, trust, and the opportunity for them to see their work implemented." And so I will say Imani has hired some interns multiple summers in a row and really utilizes them as thought partners and leaders for the other interns in this space. And so I just want to show you that, in fact, it's not just Imani who really sees and feels the benefits of our program. These are all of our returning partners from summer 2024. Some of them have been with us for 3, 4, 5 summers, and some of them, are just for their second time. And so all that to say, many folks, again, might feel a little nervous to hire a high school aged intern. However, all of these companies listed here, really appreciate the opportunity and come back year after year. So it is a tried and true program, as you can see. All right, and so now we're going to get to the most exciting part of our day, or this session, our panel with our 2 amazing high school aged interns. I'm so excited for them to share more with you. And so you can really hear about the benefits from the perspective of a young person themselves. And so today, unfortunately, Mohamin's photo is not showing up, which I am very sorry about. Let me try refreshing to see if Mohamin's gorgeous face will show up. Fingers crossed. And if not, we got her right here in our amazing room. So, but we'll see. We'll load. I apologize for the delay. Right, one moment. Thanks for bearing with me. There's her gorgeous face as well. All right, so I will be moderating a very quick panel discussion with two of the amazing interns from the Minority Wealth Gap this summer. And apologies again as this in-chief presenter view. Thanks for your patience. All right. And so again, we really appreciate Minority Wealth Gap for joining us this summer and really supporting their amazing two interns, Zara and Mohammed. And so we have them with us today to share a little bit more about their experience. First, my first question for you, Zara and Mohammed, please share your name, your school, and your intended college major. And Zara, I'll call on you first.
Hi, my name is Zara Nasir. I attend York Early College Academy and also York College. And the business that I want to pursue is business administration or management.
Hello, my name is Mohammed. I'm a freshman right now at Princeton University, and I'm majoring in computer science.
Amazing. Great. And so I'd love for you both to share a little bit about your 2024 summer internship with us. And so Mohammed, why don't we start with you this time?
So this summer, I interned as a digital marketing intern at Minority Wealth Gap. So we had a good amount of responsibilities, but we mainly developed and executed marketing campaigns aimed at increasing this awareness and engagement with Minority Wealth Gap and the audience that we wanted to target. So for specific projects, I worked on mentorship, mental health, and nutrition, and we worked collaboratively on Bernice, and we just worked on the website and several campaigns to further Minority Wealth Gap's reach.
Amazing. Thanks so much for sharing, Mohammed. And Zara, anything that you'd like to add?
I would like to add that I also worked in the same position. We ended up collaborating well, so like we did our part, but we also worked on the domestic violence together and thought and worked on to spread awareness for that. So it was really interesting.
Amazing. Well, it sounds like you had a really big impact at Minority Wealth Gap. All right, so my next question for you, and Zara, we'll start with you. Can you share what was your favorite part of your internship this summer?
My favorite part was learning more about marketing and learning more how we can expand companies. It was also interesting, like collaborating with new people that I never knew before, and with that, I was able to gain more experiences and knowledge. And it was also interesting to see the amount of people that goes through domestic violence. So seeing that made me learn more about it and help the people that actually need to get away from it.
Amazing. Well, it's a really tough topic to learn about, but it sounds like you really made an impact in this space. And Mohammed, can you share as well what was your favorite part of your internship this summer?
I think I have like two little things. So one was just being able to kind of, based off what Zara said, learn so many new skills. We worked with a lot of professional marketing tools that I wasn't familiar with before. So stuff like StoryRise and Google Ads and Analytics and Wix that we used to make the website. A lot of these platforms are widely used in marketing, and I can use, and the experience that I gained with these tools are skills that I can apply in the future in other professional settings or even academic settings, and also just witnessing, the direct impact of our work that we did this summer, with like increase in engagement, like increase like clicks or increase feedback. It was really nice to see that the work that we did actually had a direct, tangible impact, and we were making a difference.
Amazing. So some of what I heard from your responses is that you not only learned about tech skills, you learned about professional skills, you learned about the world a little bit more, and it sounds like you met a lot of really interesting people who expanded your network, who expanded your mind, expanded your frame of knowledge, and really pushed you to um, kind of really make an impact and encourage you to make an impact in the space that you were working in. So yeah, I love to hear all those amazing kind of key favorite takeaways from your experience. And now we're going to flip to the other side, right? Because at AOT, we really strongly believe in a growth mindset. And we see that struggles are not actual issues, they are opportunities to learn and to. I'm curious to hear from you both, and maybe Mohameen, we'll start with you. What challenges did you face in your role, and how did you overcome some of those challenges?
Okay, so this internship was mostly like my first experience in a professional setting, especially like a technology marketing setting. So I had to adjust to like the very fast pace and multifaceted nature of it. So since this is a real, we're doing professional work, there are a lot of tasks to get done. We have a lot of work to do. So sometimes, I guess like more initially, the workload would feel a little overwhelming, which is normal because we have, a lot of stuff to do. But so it was kind of challenging to balance like the multiple projects that we had to do, get them done by the times we wanted to get done. But it was throughout the summer, I got better at it, and we worked together on this that to work on time management and use like organizational tools to help keep track of tasks and deadlines. So we would prioritize specific tasks that we had to do. Me and Zara would like list out the specific items that we would have to get done or work with, and um just also communicate a lot, which would also help because we could talk to each other about what we needed to get done and ensure that like we could support each other while also getting all the work that we had done. So even though it was initially overwhelming, we both were able to, balance it and actually, keep track of everything and get everything done.
Amazing. Yeah. So it sounds like you met a challenge. You kind of brainstormed how to fix it. You came up with some tools and tactics with your supportive community, including Zara and your supervisors, to really learn new skills that will help you in the long term in terms of developing lots of things kind of at once. That's amazing. And Zara, I'd love to hear from you as well about the challenges that you faced and kind of how you went about overcoming them.
Yeah, I also agree with Mohammed because like one of the challenges I faced was also time management. So like as a high schooler taking like college classes in the summer, it was like very like hectic, like going from school to like also working. So like one of the things I did to overcome this challenge was also like tips from American Tech Professional Development Summit, which we did like every Friday in the summer while working. So like one of the things I learned was like to use and like prioritize Google Calendar, which I actually use even after the internship, and it helps me throughout my daily life and keeping my routine on and plans and tasks and making sure I get everything done. So that's really useful.
Amazing. I love to hear that. And that's a really great segue, actually, Zara, to our next question, which is which aspects of your AOT experience helped prepare you for this internship?
I would say the experience that prepared me was the Tech Flex leaders. So when I started TechFlex Leaders, it was originally we started off with web development, and then we got to choose which topic we want to pursue and do the next session in. So I chose product management since I really want to focus on the business field and major in it. So with that, I was able to learn skills and informations like for marketing and in the business field, which led me to like working with Minority on Tech, Minority Wealth Gap, which helped me a lot when I was working on the website and basically figure out what to do and how to promote the company.
Amazing. I love to hear that. And yeah, product management is kind of a niche field that you probably wouldn't have learned about at a different organization, especially one that does focus on that coding and web development side. So I'm really glad that you got the opportunity to gain additional business-minded skills through our TechFlex Leaders program. Amazing. And what about you, Mohameen? We'd love to hear the aspects of your AOT experience that made you feel really prepared for an internship.
Yeah, so I think the entirety of the AOT experience helped me in a multitude of ways. I will go specifically into TechFlex Leaders because doing that for the entire year obviously was a big commitment, but it was a big help for me to gain the skills that I needed to succeed in the internship and beyond. So I took the web development track initially and then moved on to advanced web development, which is a little different than the marketing that we did. But the advanced web development was very meticulous, so it gave me a kind of an eye for looking out for specific things and specific problems that I would need to solve, and critically thinking about solutions in different ways that I might not think of in the beginning. It also we worked on websites and stuff, which translated onto the internship now and the digital tasks that we had to do. And then also stuff like the final projects that we would have to do once a semester. That was also good for more the soft skills and the interaction that I would have to do. So the teamwork, we would collaborate together in a group to work on the projects. And that would be similar to the type of environment we were in at Minority Wealth Gap, as well as public speaking and practicing presenting my ideas and building confidence in my communication. That was also very helpful.
What a beautiful response, Mohameen. I love to hear that because I will say part of our goal for the TechFlex Leaders program is not only to give our students technology skills, but also to give them just general professional skills that they'll need throughout their entire life, really. So the public speaking, the group work, the critical thinking and problem solving skills. So I really love that you brought that up, Mohameen. Amazing. And so I'd love to know, and maybe Mohameen will just pop right back to you. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned during your internship experience?
I would say that one of the biggest lessons I learned was being able to take initiative with my work. I think before I've been used to being told to do something or being guided into it. And here we kind of really had just an open field, and it was me and Zara's our ideas that we would have to take and bring forward and then actually execute them. So obviously Jackie gave me a lot of feedback and guidance, but then I had to not rely on just that feedback, but push myself and contribute my own ideas to the internship. So I would have to, I learned how to actually take initiative and work on my own solutions and take ownership of my projects. And then that would also push more progress because I'm not just relying on someone else. I'm relying on myself and the ideas that I think could work well, and then either critiquing or editing them after to kind of make them a little better.
That's an amazing skill that will take you so far in life, Mohameen. Just knowing how to advocate for your ideas is so, so important, and something that I think a lot of people struggle with, especially through Zoom school, when you're virtual and you don't have that in-person authentic relationship. But it sounds like you manage it very well, even in a virtual setting. And so, Zara, same question to you. What was your biggest lesson and takeaway from your summer experience?
I also agree with Mohini, like learning, like, because I feel like when we're in high school or middle school, we're taught to like finish the assignment by this time. And like with the help of Jackie giving us the opportunity to use our ideas, which not many mentors do or supervisors, like it was really like a great experience. And also like the importance of like communication, because I feel like sometimes like there was times where like Mohammed was like doing something and I was doing something and we weren't clear what to do. But with communication and like scheduling, and I know like we made like Google Docs, like have a checklist of what to do. So with that, we were able to like finish the assignment and make sure like it's like our best work.
That's amazing. I love that. And yeah, as I always like to say, communication is key regardless of what the task, skill, or opportunity is. So that's really great. And then my final question for you both, and so Zara, let's start with you. What message would you like to share with professionals who are considering hiring high school interns?
Um, I will say that people would be surprised of how much like capable of a high school student is in like the professional setting, because like as a college or as a high school student who's applying to college, like there's like I was able to like build my resume and make sure that these colleges see that I have done like well experiences, which puts me on top than other students. And with that, like I feel like high schoolers don't have that opportunity. So with this, they're not in the same level, and also I feel like there's not many that actually pay them, because there's usually companies that you would have to pay for this experience, which America Tech doesn't. So not only are they gaining experience and like are these companies are helping them financially, but they're also helping them academically, which is really important.
Amazing. Yeah. So it's like, it sounds like the support is really mutual. Like you provide your expertise in creative thinking and, fresh ideas to a company. And then in return, it's really great that you get to add to your resume and have an edge when you're applying to college. Amazing. And so same question to you, Mohammed. What message would you like to share with folks who are considering hiring young high school or even early college age interns?
Yeah, I would just say that high school interns, I guess you would companies will look at them and think they're a little inexperienced or immature, but they actually have a lot of valuable insights and perspectives that they can bring onto a team that other, college graduates or other older higher employees wouldn't have. So it's not just it wouldn't just benefit like the high schoolers, the mutually beneficial relationship because you're supporting their growth, but then also they're bringing new ideas, new solutions, as well as like specifically with marketing. Young people are always constantly exposed to the latest like trends and techniques, whether it's social media or other digital content, that we kind of have more of a keen understanding for specific marketing strategies or just any like digital platforms that we've grown up on and we know like kind of like the back of our hand. So I guess we have kind of some differing like perspectives or ideas that we can bring forth, which can be extremely beneficial to organizations that are looking but are kind of on the fence of hiring high school interns.
Amazing. Well, those are all my questions for you. I just want to give you both some huge kudos. You're a rising, you're a high school senior and a college first year. You speak so beautifully and so gracefully about your experience. You are so thoughtful and insightful. I hope and like to think that AOT really supported you in obtaining some of this confidence and these skills. But nonetheless, you two are very wonderful and inspiring young people. And I know we're really grateful to have you in our community. And I know that the Minority Wealth Gap team is so, so appreciative for everything that you did for them in the summer. So really kudos to you. You should be so, so proud. And so to finish us up, before we hand the mic back to Jemba, if you feel inspired by Zara and Mohameen, if you want your own high school interns, if you want to learn more about how we do things, what we do, if you want to get involved in literally any way, I've actually given you my colleague Brian's email address. He is really oversees and is our relationship manager with our external companies who do want to utilize the Americon Tech's Access Tech internship program. So please, if you do want to get involved, reach out to Brian. If you are not yet ready to commit and you just want to check things out on your own a little bit first, you can actually just visit our website. It's americontech.org/internships. You can review our hiring packet, read more about our programming and more there. So I really hope that through today's session, you have seen that not only are high school and young internships highly impactful for young people, but also it's a really amazing and meaningful way to leverage the amazing creative minds of young people to improve your business outcomes. And so I appreciate your time today, and we'll pass the mic over to Jemba, and I'll stop sharing my screen as well.
Okay. Well, Maddie, thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Yeah, first of all, amazing, and thanks for sharing that. And I actually do want to add a few pieces, actually on behalf of MWG. I got to tell you, we actually have not stopped talking about Mohameen and Zara. We've actually mentioned them to a couple of our partners in the nonprofit space as well. And I actually shared my ignorance in the beginning, fault, because when I first heard about it, I said, I was thinking, wow, can they, will they be able to have that much impact being, like high school interns? How much will they be able to bring to the table? And I gotta tell you, they just completely knocked it out the park. I mean, just in terms of being able to, because these are actually not like year-long engagements of months and months on end. So they're actually pretty short, like a summer intern, but just the ability to hit the ground running from the beginning. I was so impressed. And they mentioned doing some of the digital campaigns. That stuff holds up people, and that's something we've actually been struggling with for a while. So just being able to come in immediately and see that, and just them being all this, full of so many ideas. And on the tech side, this is something that we would do over and over and over, absolutely no regrets. Just listening to them talk about the positive experience, I was just thinking, wow, just so glad to hear that, and them picking up something and learning something, and to be completely honest, and it's actually two-sided. We actually benefited as well. So Mohameen and Zara, just wasn't you guys getting something from this. We actually benefited from this. And in the beginning, I was thinking, oh my God, it's 2-3 months. Is it going to really work? But unbelievable skill set, and being able to have an immediate impact. And ultimately, in this nonprofit world space, that just means more people are going to be impacted positively as well, right? So it's not just about us, but other people being helped and some of the different campaigns. You mentioned the domestic violence ones. So we're super stoked about that. In fact, we're going to be having some more strategy sessions and potentially how we can do that. So you guys are rock stars, and I'm sure when you start college, you guys are still going to be doing great. So we'll actually see how your journey continues. So thank you all for coming. So that was my brief thing. I do have a quick question before the wrap up. Maddie, and this is for you. Can you talk a little bit about, for those who might be listening, what the process is for joining, and how your application process is, and how do you get folks, onboarded and things of that sort? What are the odds? I know that's a question we're going to be hearing, so I might as well put it out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great question. And so basically how it works as a partner. So if you indicate interest to us through our website or via email, we generally, for new partners, will have a quick conversation just to hear about your company or organization, and also assess, how and if you've worked with young people before, because ultimately the safety of our young people is what's most important. And so we do want to do our due diligence in screening potential newcomers into our program. And so after that, we hold, lots of info sessions. employer partners who want to join us fill out some paperwork, including job descriptions and a little bit more about the company and summer expectations. Meanwhile, students are completing online profiles about themselves. They're uploading those beautiful brand new resumes that they've made through the TechFlex Leaders program. And so then we basically will post the job descriptions on our online portal. Students can apply for any roles of interest. We actually encourage them to apply for all roles of interest because it's great to cast a wide net. Once we have reached the end of our application period, we send all of those profiles to supervisors. We really do a lot of support in managing and scheduling those interviews to take place with lots of reminder emails to the students, because not everyone is so great at calendar management quite yet when they're starting out. And that's okay. It's something that we definitely acknowledge and want to work to support. And so, then partners basically get to interview students of interest. And then once they decide who they'd like to hire, they let AOT know, and we deliver the great news. So the process is really heavily managed by the AOT team. We definitely don't want to leave anyone with questions or concerns. We have a very high touch option for this program. However, we also work with some larger companies as well, who kind of have their own processes that are external of AOT. And so we are quite flexible to ensure that no matter what size of company you have, the type of internship program you have, if any, like, we really do a lot of work to ensure that you are supported in your processes and goals to kind of get the interns that you hope and need. I will also say that 100% of interns or students at AOT who complete the process in full fidelity, submit their paperwork on time, every single student gets an internship. And so, as long as the students put in their part, we also make that commitment to them to ensure that we will find them an internship placement with a great company that wants to support their development.
Wow, that's very, very encouraging. Thanks for expressing that. Wow, 100% placement of interns. That's an amazing, success rate.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. It's always it's an art and a science, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys got to wear that in the forefront. Not everybody can say that. All right, so it looks like we're coming right up on the hour mark. So once again, I'd like to thank our guest speakers, America on Tech, Maddie, Mohamed, and Sarah. Thank you for joining us, taking time out of your schedules. Really appreciate that. For our viewers, we will be posting this online, where you'll be able to view this later on at your own leisure. And of course, you can forward it to whoever you think would be of interest. So once again, thank you very much. Maddie, thanks for sharing the information. Maddie did share how you can get with America on Tech, and she had contact information. So you can review that in the presentation when you go back to view it, to look at that again. And for Minority Wealth Gap, you can reach us online at minoritywealthgap.org. So once again, thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of the day.
Bye.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks all, and thanks Minority Wealth Gap team and the TechSoup community. Thanks to everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Okay, bye-bye.